Welcome to the 2026 Global Projects update. You have all been waiting for so long for this one, including an extra 3 weeks, and that somehow turned into 2 months. Let's just get into B3313 A3 already. A3 was supposed to be the big showcase on the previous birthday video, and yeah, this is also where the big delay happened. We've got 18 months of time to go through since the 2024 birthday video. So this is when A2 Anniversary Edition, believe it or not, was still being developed. It released. This was unabandoned A2 running on A3's engine, fixing a bunch of bugs, optimizing the hell out of the game so that it runs on Nintendo 64. So with 9 more months of development in, I had a pretty big showcase planned, getting into stuff like further performance improvements, a bunch of remade and new areas in the game, a raw game mechanic where the objects are rearranged based on your personalization values, and also this Then, there is the news that I am no longer in the team, and there is a demo, Abandoned Gardens, that runs, well, I guess this is running in technical terms. I had brought up all sorts of concerns in the team regarding this blatant and intentional breaking of console compatibility, which is core to our identity at that point. Like, you cannot just do that! You cannot do this! You cannot do this! You cannot just release a demo that... They did. They did it anyway. But hey, even if I manage to optimize this
50,000 triangles connected together with seamless works,
they made absolutely sure the Nintendo 64 would not show anything on screen, by making the area stupid fucking dark for no fucking reason. They pushed away from B3313's feel. This is a concern brought up before the demo released, and then the demo released, and then it came up in the comment section. Their pace of work also left things a bit desired. I mean, of course, that's fine to offer a project that, like, doesn't pay the developers, like they... Oh, what's that? They have been spending the time conspiring behind my back to overthrow the Discord server by making up and spreading pedophile allegations? Good fucking job. Good fucking job. Good fucking job. You made another fucking B3313 drama. You guys did it. There didn't need to be more drama. And guess what? In turn, you people over at the A5 team, and also you watching this video, the player, neither of you earned anything from this. The development pace is somehow back to what it was before the drama. They also have zero quality control now that they have eliminated the quality control in the team. They go ahead and respond to valid criticism with passive-aggressive comments, or walls of text that basically say your opinion of what B3313 should be is wrong, and theirs is correct. Therefore, fuck off. Yeah, A3 and the B have Discord server as well, our circus now. There is no leadership basically left for either one, and I would bet money that... yeah, they did rename it to integer limits. They did do that. Because they just had to ruin the entire concept of calling the new build something that's not Unabandoned A3 by revealing the name far before release and killing any possible mystery the release would have had. All of this just makes it clear that this integer limit is not actually releasing. Even if it does release and I lose my money in this bet, or no, my money, but you, the players, still do not gain console compatibility or proper game design, which were the two main selling points that we had for A3, but yet the team is so opposed to all this that they had to create an entire drama document to explain how evil I am just to make sure that I never return. Yeah, anyway, that is it for the brain-out part of this video and also for the rest of my existence, hopefully. I don't want to read B33, I just want to talk about projects. Like Black Mountain. The result of aesthetic development, especially that extra half a year, really speaks for itself. We went from what was practically a stage for this barely functioning clip, to a working game engine with game mechanics, greatly improved audio and visual design, but a lot of the work that went into how the game feels to play will not come across no matter what I show on video. And so, we will be working through a gameplay demo to release later this year. Hopefully. Okay, we've been working quite hard on Black Mountain to deliver this attention to detail, and so is it for the big 2 projects? Or more like big 1 project now? And I am sorry for what had to happen to B3313 A3, sorry, B922337203685477587. I'm not returning to the B3313 scene. I'm not interested, like, even without any drama. Working on Super Mario 64, but it's beta, but it's spooky for like 4 years straight. Just like there was a burnout. There was a burnout as well. That was happening. That is to say that I'm not done with the game or other development, so we're gonna do the YouTuber thing. Subscribe to the channel with notifications. Or just use YouTube through the subscriptions page instead of letting go arbitrarily choose which video should or should not be shown to you. Why do I need to have a why do I need to tell you people about a workaround? To fully wrap things up, we must take a dive into the smaller projects as well, see how those are doing. Brawlforming was a multiplayer platformer released back in 2021. After 5 years of tirelessly servicing an average of
0 players
and a similar amount of new content for years, the game has become no longer playable due to a domain I no longer pay for. For this reason, it has been unlisted and is no longer available for download. Oh, speaking of this website, some might be out there wondering about the fate of the Brawlform and the dreaming related stuff. And others might be wondering what any of that had to do with my clearly technical projects and work. What was all of that doing there in the first place? So, I will be real. There was never any coherency to what this website was supposed to be, besides a blog on different projects, which at the beginning tied into the world building stuff in the first place before that was eventually phased out. Here are all the projects that exist as data on the site, but that have been similarly forgotten to time. I should probably leave one of those in, that would be really funny. This is an ongoing redesign of the colorby.me homepage. I would like this to not just be a blog on the active projects, but a solid running archive of different things that I involve myself in, including personal adventures. It will take a solid while to get all of that cooked and set up, but expect a small launch sometime likely towards end of the year, with things being gradually tacked on over time after that. And here are some very personal projects that come from me finally becoming an enjoyer of the Rust programming language at last. The main 2 projects that have come out as are VRChat OSC, an application that, hear me out, it speaks to VRChat through OSC. I know, insane. So this implements speech to text that you are seeing here. It implements showing what media you are playing. It implements plural system funding functionality that we needed. And it also implements closing your eyes. And take a guess what make backup does. So make backup is a bash script turned into C# code. It has now gained a complete Rust rewrite that instead of just deduplicating one file because it is at the same path and hasn't changed, which I know is a very brilliant strategy, so now it actually deduplicates everything against everything else based on hashes. It also does this on a block level, which is kinda useful for something like ROM hacks where only part of the file has changed, and that functionality is even more useful for partition images. It does this using the copy on write functionality of the target hard drive, and so the files are completely buzzable at the destination and can be copied right back out from any of these snapshots. The space savings are silly. And so these two are currently unreleased. Let me know in the comments which ones you would be interested in using or having further development. That pretty much does it for the last 18 months, counting up to the intended release date of this video, which was very much not hit because of different things at home that, like... Alright. Yeah, there's a reason I moved here. So that I can actually finish this fucking video and get it out. Oh my, these things that happen at home are absolutely part of why it is not a big amount of content that really gets into a video, especially 1.5 years. But another thing is that there has been a bunch of personal development as well, which I will get into in the birthday video, so subscription box. There has been a lot of turmoil in the world as of late, including the technical side, and as we finally begin to identify the blatantly centralized, blatantly colluding, you know, everything's going wrong. I hope to make useful in this fallout by showing how you too can own your life. And well, let's just say I have pretty good reasons for why I would like my website to become the host of this journey. So look out for the website whenever that comes around, and here's some good luck for the world all imploding on itself, casually, with some images of kitty snuggles. Because why not? See you all at the next update. Bye. And it's done.